Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Shake a Leg Miami for today's edition of Live at 11. My name is Michelle, and I am your broadcast host for today's show. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have heard, but this weekend there's a big storm coming. This week at Shake a Leg, we did some things to make sure that our building and our boats will be safe. Take a look.
Tropical storm Isaias has formed over the eastern Caribbean with wind speeds of 60 miles per hour. It's moving towards the northwest around 20 miles per hour. Tropical storm force winds extend up to 250 miles from the center, primarily on the north and east side. Because it's a tropical storm, it has winds between 39 and 74 miles per hour. If it attained wind speeds of 75 miles per hour or greater, it would be considered a hurricane by the National Weather Service. It'll be moving towards the northwest across Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti today before entering the eastern Caribbean still as a tropical storm. It should enter a decent environment favorable for strengthening, so it could be borderline hurricane by the day Friday or Saturday. As it continues to move towards the northwest, it could scrape Florida there on the day Saturday. It's a little bit close to tell. The computer models are struggling a little bit with the track and the intensity of the storm because the center of the storm has struggled to form early on. Conditions impacted by the storm, mainly going to be winds. This storm is moving fast enough. It shouldn't create much of a rainfall event. Winds to 60 miles per hour, like I just said, sustained winds of 60 miles per hour. It'll curve towards the northeast at some point on Monday, probably early on Monday, and it could impact the East Coast by early next week, potentially scraping the North Carolina coast there on the day Tuesday.
Hey everybody, right now we're cleaning up, preparing for a storm that's coming through. We got to get everything nice and secured, everything all cleaned up and put away so that we're safe from the storm and mitigate as much damage as possible.
Today we're picking up trash at the island, try to make this world a bit cleaner than what it is.
It's really important when we're picking up trash to realize what we're grabbing at. So this here is plastic. You want to make sure you can separate the things that are recyclable and non-recyclable.
So today we're out here on the Dinner Key Picnic Islands. And we are here just to kind of dig in and help out with the cleaning up of the island. Just a little history. These islands were actually created as they dug up and dredged the bay in order to create ways for the planes, the seaplanes, to be able to land. And so these wonderful islands were created, but unfortunately they have been neglected by the community. And so thank God that the city of Miami saw fit, along with Shake a Leg and others, to make an effort to restore the islands and to be able to beautify the islands and to take the necessary steps to make sure that the islands are not only preserved but kept clean. Unfortunately, though, there are others that don't value the islands as much as we do here at Shake a Leg. And so with that being said, they come out and throw trash and debris on the island, which is terrible for the animal life here. It's not good for the plants, and we can't enjoy the islands like we really want to enjoy the islands. So we've made it our business to come out today and be able to do a little cleanup job. So we got everybody pitching in today, and getting the trash and garbage up off of the island. And so you can see here we have our Shake a Leg team that has been on the job, and this is just an example of one of the bags of garbage that was collected or what have you. But with that being said, just a little bit about garbage. Interesting facts about garbage. Did you know that the average person generates about 4 pounds of garbage every single day? Now that's about 1.5 tons each year. So that's a lot of trash, okay? So much so that Americans actually generate enough garbage, 200 million tons of garbage each year. Now that's enough to be able to fill a football stadium from top to bottom twice in a day. So you can imagine. So we got to make sure that we are doing our best efforts to make sure that we are not contributing to this waste. If we look at it, we can know that about 75% of the waste that we produce is actually recyclable. However, we're only recycling about 30% of that as Americans. So we got to do better. So each of you, I need you at home to be able to do your part and make sure that you're getting those plastic items, those glass items, paper items, all of those things into your recycling bin. And so now we're looking at a tremendous swing from years ago. When this recycling thing first started, I can think back to being a kid and everything went into the garbage. However, now there's a separate recycling bin. And so since 1990, actually, we've had an 89% swing in the right direction with people that are actively recycling. And so if we continue that trend, we'll be headed in the right direction. But we need you Shake a Leggers at home to make sure that we are on the same page, because we want to keep our environment beautiful and clean. I want you to take a walk with me. Let's look around. Let's see what we're doing here. Look at this trash. We got 2 more bags here. This is pretty heavy too, guys. This is probably, I would estimate, this is probably maybe about 20 pounds right here alone. So we got about 20, maybe this is probably another 20, 25 pounds. That's almost 50 pounds of garbage in itself. And that was collected in probably maybe the first 15, 20 minutes, okay? And we have a lot more to do, okay? So, guys, tell me about recycling out there. Was there a lot of trash out there?
Oh yeah, there's a ton of trash. Way too much.
Way too much?
Yeah. When you're at home, when you're in the water, you got to make sure that you properly throw your trash away. If it's recyclable, recycle it, because we can't have trash, running onto the island. You have animals that are out here. Plastic can get stuck. The straws, you make sure you throw everything away, because we want to keep our environment safe. It's our home. It's the animals' home. It's the plants' home.
Speaking of straws, I hate to cut you off, but speaking of straws, have you noticed a change with straws in our community? Do you go out to eat or anything like that? Have you noticed a change when it comes to straws? Maybe you've noticed this at home.
Yeah, a lot of companies, they're switching to, some companies prefer you to have metal straws when you go to places.
And paper straws.
Yeah.
Paper straws. Ah, I've seen that a lot.
So, because a lot of the straws end up being on the ground. We collected a ton of straws today, so you know, just making sure everybody's safe. Save the turtles, you know. So, just do your due diligence.
Not only straws, but even the aluminum cans. Did you know? Fact for the day: if you recycled one aluminum can, it would be enough to generate enough power to listen to one album on your listening device. And if you recycled 100 aluminum cans, it'd be enough to power your bedroom for 2 days. Just something to think about. So let's get to it and make sure that we're doing our diligence of recycling, guys. We want to make sure that we have a beautiful island. You want to make sure that your home and your community, your environment is beautiful. And so we want to be garbage free. Make sure we're getting these things into the recycling bin. And you make sure that you're putting your best effort as a Shaker Leg to do so.
You know, it's a lot of glass. You know, sometimes you got to be careful where you step. That's why it's important to wear water shoes or have some type of shoes. So, you know, you got to watch where you step. You know, some animals might hurt themselves. So that's why we out here.
Hey guys, we're out here on the islands doing our cleanup job today. It's hot out here, but it's worth the effort. We got to do our best to keep this place clean. Now, I want you guys to look over here at this garbage. Now, so let's take a look without touching too much and see what we got here. If you look in the trash can, you'll see a lot of the aluminum cans, as you see here and here. We have plastic items. One of the main things, we spoke earlier about how the aluminum cans are so valuable to be able to recycle, okay? But one of the main items that's thrown away are plastic bottles from things like water, okay? Now, I have you to know that Americans alone, we throw away, or purchase rather, about 70 million water bottles each day. Now, globally, that's a lot of water bottles that we use. We're actually using about 1 million water bottles every minute globally. Now just imagine how many water bottles that is. And the only problem is that only 23% of those water bottles are actually getting recycled, okay? So the question is, what can we do about it to change things? How can you help, okay? So with that being said, one thing that we can do, okay, besides recycling, of course, and we're gonna hope that these items are gonna get into the recycling bin, but one of the things we can do is be able to purchase a reusable water bottle, okay? So we see here, we have one. It's able to be refilled, okay? And so by purchasing a refillable water bottle that you can use over and over again, we can help the environment and help our sea-bearing islands, okay? So that's, again, just a little shake a leg tip for the day. Stay tuned.
It's so important to make sure that we clean up after ourselves. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Let us know in the comments what you want to see next, and we'll make sure to make it happen. And be sure to join us again next week on Monday for another episode of Live at 11. Until then, stay safe and have a great day.